my beautiful people, it's your girl Yana, and I'm back today with yet another video. I really hope you guys are ready because today we're gonna be diving into some of the most mysterious events caught on camera. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into it.
In a chilling TikTok video shared by user Nightmare Fuel, viewers initially witness a rather eerie scene, a young girl in the dark. However, the setting, an old graveyard, adds an even more unsettling twist to the footage.
Why is Miss Girl just hopping and skipping around a graveyard? Seems like a pretty interesting hangout spot.
The description accompanying the video reveals a sinister backstory. Someone performing a ritual in the area reportedly stumbled upon the girl, and when they asked her where she came from, she pointed toward the graveyard.
So no one knows where this little girl came from? You're telling me she just appeared in this graveyard? That seems a little bit sketchy to me, especially because from the looks of it, she doesn't really look like a ghost.
When asked if her parents knew she was there, the girl pointed back to the same graveyard once again. As if this wasn't eerie enough, when the camera holder decided to leave, they turned around and the girl had vanished.
It seems like they had a full-on interaction with this little kid, and then she just disappeared into thin air. Not to mention, she said that her parents are back in the graveyard, so like something creepy is definitely going on here.
The poster speculates that the girl may have been a lost spirit wandering the graveyard in limbo. They caution others not to attempt rituals that might conjure spirits, as it could open the door to something far darker than anticipated.
They're assuming that because they were doing a ritual nearby, that it may have conjured up the spirit of this little girl. Again, to me, she didn't look like a spirit. She looked like a real girl. But if this person is saying that they turned around for a second, only to see that she had disappeared, I mean, it definitely makes you wonder.
In a chilling investigation captured by YouTubers Paranormal Quest, the team sets out to explore the infamous Bair House located in Ohio, a property known for its sinister and unsettling history. With an eerie reputation for paranormal activity, the house is believed to be haunted by a force linked to its previous owner, Edwin Hetherington. Hetherington's alleged involvement in occult practices, particularly his obsession with seances, is said to have opened a portal to the afterlife, allowing dark spirits to infiltrate the home.
Listen, if the previous owner was into some real freaky stuff, chances are he might have opened up some sort of portal in the home, especially if the place is infamous for paranormal activity. It does make you wonder though, like if you are gonna do all these seances and rituals, why are you doing them in your home? Wouldn't you want your home to be a safe and cleansed space? Go do the rituals somewhere else if you're gonna do them.
The investigation delves into the house's oppressive atmosphere, where the team experiences firsthand the physical and psychological toll of the supposed paranormal forces within.
Within this house and this house alone, you will communicate with us.
At the outset of their exploration, the team immediately encounters a strong, oppressive force within the Bair House.
Yeah. So it was very odd. I don't think it's just ghosts. I think that this is something that's demonic.
Yep. They think they're dealing with like some serious demonic stuff. And it's interesting because they're saying that there's like an oppressive force in the house. And as someone who has been in haunted locations before, I will say a lot of the times when you walk into these places, there is like a real physical heaviness in the air. You can literally feel on your chest. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels so heavy and negative and yeah, oppressive.
Very intelligent, very evil, and the sulfur, oh.
Describing it as potentially demonic, the team discusses the physical discomfort and emotional distress they feel the moment they step onto the property.
I just heard a knock.
The sensation is overwhelming, leaving them with a sense of being watched and the distinct impression that something far darker than typical spirits lurks within the house. This malevolent presence seems to have been established long ago thanks to Hetherington's attempts to contact the dead. The possible haunting of Bair House seems deeply tied to its history. Edwin Hetherington, who once lived there, was obsessed with the occult, particularly seances, and was driven by a desire to communicate with his deceased sister.
Interesting, so he actually had a personal motive for all these seances. He was trying to communicate with his deceased sister, but it looks like in the midst of trying to do that, he may have contacted or awakened some sort of demon that is still lurking in that house to this day.
This obsession, as the team discovers, led Hetherington to conduct numerous seances in an attempt to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. However, his efforts allegedly had disastrous consequences, opening a doorway to the afterlife that allowed spirits, some benign, others far darker, to enter the house.
1 second, you think you're talking to a dead relative, and then the next you're talking to Zozo the demon. You gotta be real freaking careful.
The team's investigation reveals that Hetherington's actions may have created a permanent rift between this world and the next. The team decides to interview the owner of the house, Kristen Lee, who shares her deeply unsettling personal experience with the property. While exploring the house, she recalls being physically harmed and experiencing extreme emotional distress.
So not only are the spirits causing her emotional distress, they have physically tried to harm her. I'm just impressed that she still kept the house after all that.
Has it tried to harm me? Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. It's threw my dog up against the wall. It threw the groundskeeper, pushed him down the steps to the second-story window where he went through the second-story window. And had he fallen out, it would have been fatal.
You're telling me this spirit is throwing your dog up against a wall? I'm not gonna lie to you, if that was my dog, I would 1v1 that spirit. Because one thing you're not gonna do is touch my dog. I don't care who or what you are, we're fighting.
The force she encountered in the house seemed to manifest in violent ways, causing physical injuries that left her shaken and in pain.
So why won't you get back in the house?
The house does not like people, period. It doesn't want anybody in there. I mean, it's chased us out, it's chased the last set of renters out. I can remember there were times when, gosh darn, you know, I was the only one in the house and I wouldn't leave the house for weeks and I would just stay up in that bedroom. And there was a time where I got down to 130 pounds and I didn't eat, I didn't sleep. I would wake up naked in that back bedroom, have no idea how I got back there.
Okay, so this is like a really negative, dark place. To the point where it took such a mental toll on her that she ended up isolating herself in the back room. And by what she's saying, it really does sound like the spirits do not want anybody in there. She refuses to go in there. They chase the last tenants out. It really does seem like the spirits just do not want anybody anywhere near that house.
As the emotional toll became unbearable, Kristen was forced to leave the house, a stark reminder of the intense and dangerous energies the Bair House harbors. Her experience further emphasizes the house's ability to psychologically and physically torment those who venture inside.
So what you're telling me is this is basically just a house from hell. Let me know in the comments if you guys would be able to spend one night in this house. I really genuinely do not think there's anything that could make me spend even a single night in there, especially after hearing all the experiences that the homeowner had. It just seems like too big of a risk to take.
At one point in the video, Jeff Taflin, the house's longtime groundskeeper, recounts a harrowing personal experience.
So I'm here with Jeff the Goat Taflin, right?
Yeah.
What's your job here at the Bair House?
Groundskeeper.
He shares the chilling story of how he was violently pushed out of a second-story window by an unseen force while performing his duties.
And I heard you got pushed through a window.
Yeah.
What had happened before that?
Nothing. I just was walking and all of a sudden pushed.
Okay, that is crazy. So this guy is claiming that he fully got pushed out of a window. Now, of all the paranormal experiences I have ever heard, to quite literally hear somebody claim they were pushed out of a window, it's pretty crazy, I gotta say. But I'm sure it was a really scary thing to experience. Literally getting thrown out of a window by nothing.
Taflin's story adds another layer of credibility to the team's investigation, reinforcing the idea that the Bair House is not just a repository for spirits, but a place where dark forces actively manipulate the living. The team kicks off their investigation with an EVP session enlisting the help of their friends, Shelby and Nina, to attempt contact with any lingering spirits. During their previous visit to the house, they believed that one particular spirit had taken a liking to Shelby, and tonight, they hope to reconnect.
Last time Shelby was inside the house, there seemed to be a spirit that took a liking to her, saying her name over the spirit box.
They're saying that the spirit in the house is especially attracted to Shelby, which honestly doesn't really sound like a great thing, because that makes me think that if the spirit is gonna possess anyone, it's gonna be her.
As the session begins, they start receiving strange and unsettling responses.
That was clear as day. What? It literally said demon. Not once, but twice. That is when you know it is time to wrap it up and get out of there. Spirits are one thing, demons are another.
The group presses on, trying to establish clearer communication. Then, in a chilling moment, the entity seems to recognize Shelby.
Can you try and talk through it?
We can hear your voice.
I'm sorry, is the spirit hitting on Shelby? Because I mean, talk about time and place. These guys are just trying to do some ghost hunting and the spirits are out here hitting on the crew.
Do you remember me from last time?
A ghostly voice distinctly calls out her name, reinforcing the idea that the spirit from their last visit still lingers, and it remembers her.
Did it say that?
I'm actually baffled that she has a smile on her face because personally, if I heard a spirit say my name clear as day, I would not be smiling. I'd be losing my goddamn mind.
To capture more evidence of the paranormal activity, the team conducts a haunting experiment. They leave the Bair House abandoned, setting up audio equipment to record any paranormal events in their absence.
And periodically this camera's audio captured movement that sounds as if it is coming from different areas throughout the house.
The results are startling. As they listen back to the recordings, they hear strange, unexplained disembodied voices that are both chilling and cryptic.
You guys, I gotta say, this is not a house that you want to mess with. Like, very clearly something very, very, very dark is residing in the house. No wonder even the owner does not want to go anywhere near it. The place is freaking haunted.
As the investigation concludes, one question remains. Is the Bair House truly cursed? A place where the dead have crossed into the realm of the living? Or is it something darker? A house where demonic forces continue to hold sway over all who enter? For those brave enough to face it, the Bair House stands as a chilling reminder that some places are more than just haunted. They are cursed.
My name is Jason. What's yours?
Talk about a place I would never want to step foot in. I think it's pretty obvious by the footage that this place isn't just haunted. People and animals are being physically thrown around. There was clearly so many disembodied voices calling out the investigators by name. Whatever is in that house isn't only demonic, but it is also very, very intelligent. Like the homeowner said, you gotta be really well equipped to deal with that thing.
In a discovery that has sent shivers down the spines of social media users, TikTok creator at Haunted Amelia stumbled upon a mysterious artifact hidden beneath the floorboards of her 250-year-old home.
Okay, so I think it's coming out. It looks like it's got gold on it.
Oh, it's coming.
The eerie find quickly went viral, leaving many questioning whether it was a harmless relic or something far more sinister.
It's definitely a book, but they're not like actual pages, they're like really thick.
My question is what even led her to want to look under the floorboards? It just seems like a very specific place to go looking. I mean, clearly she found something pretty interesting. It looks like there's a book under the floorboards as well as a bunch of really old coins. It definitely looks eerie, but I will say it also looks really cool.
While investigating a loose floorboard that had been rattling beneath her feet, Amelia decided to take a closer look.
Underneath the floorboard.
Lifting the plank, she first uncovered a 1904 Edward VII penny, a historic yet relatively common find. However, what she discovered next was anything but ordinary, a dust-covered, gold-coloured book with thick, aged pages.
It is filthy.
Am I the only one waiting for this girl to open the book? Like, come on, I need to see what is in there. It's like she's doing everything but opening the damn thing.
At first, the book seemed to contain a collection of vintage portraits. But as Amelia flipped through the pages, the images took a disturbing turn.
This is when the pictures took an unsettling turn. The rest of the album is filled with pictures of empty rooms that have an unsettling feeling.
The photographs showed empty rooms inside her own home, shrouded in eerie shadows, as if documenting the house from a ghostly perspective.
A dark shadow appears in all of these photos.
Don't get me wrong, it is definitely creepy. However, it just kind of looks like a regular photo album, except from back in the day. And now think about it, back in the day, their cameras weren't all that great. So like, I'm not really gonna go ahead and assume that a shadow in the picture is a ghost. It could literally just be a shadow. I don't know, I'm personally getting the vibe that this this is literally just like a really, really old photo album, potentially of the family that owned or built the house. And who knows, maybe the pictures of the house are literally them just like taking pictures during construction. Like, I don't know, I just feel like there's not really anything creepy about that other than the fact that they found the book under the house.
Amelia's discovery quickly racked up over 9 million views on TikTok, with thousands of users weighing in on what the book could be. Some commenters urged Amelia to return the book immediately, fearing that disturbing it could awaken something malevolent. Many compared the scenario to a horror movie, warning that such artifacts should never be tampered with. Others dismissed supernatural claims, speculating that the book might be an old property record or a vintage photo album, with the eerie shadows in the images simply the result of age and exposure. Despite the mixed reactions, Amelia remains fascinated yet unsettled by her discovery. She has expressed a lingering discomfort since uncovering the book, but is determined to continue exploring her home for more hidden artifacts.
So a good amount of people do think that this could potentially be attached to some sort of curse, and then another good amount of people just think it's a photo album like I do. So definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think this is just a regular old photo album, or do you think this could potentially be some sort of cursed book?
However, it seems that it's becoming harder to dismiss the strange occurrences in the poster's 250-year-old home, as yet another eerie TikTok video has left viewers questioning whether the house is truly haunted. The video begins with Amelia frantically running up the stairs and into her bedroom. While she appears visibly shaken, things only take a turn for the worse. Suddenly, the curtains begin to sway as if something or someone is standing right behind them. Then, out of nowhere, an object falls from the wall, crashing to the ground.
Okay, I take back literally everything I just said because that looks like some insane paranormal activity, and I do feel like now it is pretty safe to assume that it was caused by you moving that book. So I think it actually might be a good idea to go and put that book right back where you found it, just in case you might have awakened something evil.
Many users believe Amelia is dealing with a full-blown haunting, with some suggesting the entity may be trying to get her attention or even scare her away. Skeptics argue that a gust of air or the force of Amelia's footsteps could have caused the curtain's movement and the object's fall. However, others point out that the timing of events seems too coincidental to dismiss.
Well, let's be honest, there's no way that her foot could have moved that curtain, or that a gust of wind made something fly off the wall. Like, I don't know, that just seems like a bit of a stretch to me. And this is coming from someone who was skeptical about this in the beginning. I fully thought she had just come across like a photo album. After seeing this, I'm really starting to question that, because clearly we're looking at paranormal activity.
In a recent upload by YouTube user Dylan Anderson, viewers are presented with two mysterious sky sightings that have left many questioning what they're seeing.
Another was seen in Texas by multiple people as well, where there were 5 strange lights in the sky.
The first video, filmed in San Andreas, California, shows a strange light in the sky moving smoothly across the horizon.
Oh, whoa, what is that?
However, as the light progresses, it suddenly accelerates, comes to a complete stop, and then splits into 3 distinct lights.
Okay, initially I would have thought that that was potentially a drone, but then when that one light split into 3, I have no explanation for what that could be. It is not like any aircraft I have ever seen.
These lights appear to be attached to something larger, possibly a craft, raising more questions about the nature of this strange sighting.
Oh, whoa, what is that?
Next, we witness a similar object, this time in Texas.
Another was seen in Texas by multiple people as well, where there were 5 strange lights in the sky.
5 lights appear in the sky, mirroring the initial sighting in California.
What did I just freaking see, dude?
Did you see how fast those lights moved? No way that is a normal aircraft. There is no way a regular plane is flying that fast.
Then, without warning, these lights shoot off at an incredible speed and quickly disappear from view, leaving the camera and viewers baffled by what they just witnessed.
And what also looked like drones. But the speed that this took off in is unreal.
Oh, what did I just freaking see, dude? What was that?
Viewers quickly flooded the comments section with their theories on the sightings. Some suggested that the objects might just be lasers projected from the ground. However, others argued that the speed at which the UFOs shot off was far beyond what any government drones could achieve. So could these objects really be some sort of craft from another planet? Or are they something else entirely?
As crazy as this footage is, I don't think it's like proving the existence of aliens to me. And don't get me wrong, I literally believe aliens exist. They have to exist. But I just feel like this video doesn't necessarily mean that it is footage of a UFO. It could be a super fast drone that the government doesn't want us to know about. It could be some sort of military mission that we don't know about. Or for all we know, this dude could have just made up the entire thing. Not saying that he did, you never know. All I'm saying is I have seen so many videos of UFOs by now, and I feel like I'd really need to see some like crazy solid evidence in order to be like, okay, that is definitely footage of a UFO or of alien activity. You know what I mean?
This chilling video, uploaded by Chilling Scary Moments on YouTube, has been causing a stir online. Captured by a doorbell camera, the footage shows a woman approaching the camera at night.
Why is she smiling at me like that? I wonder if she's just like at the wrong house and thinks that she's like smiling in her friend's or neighbor's camera or something. I will say though, the black and white definitely makes this look a little bit creepy.
What makes this encounter even more unsettling is the way the woman moves her head. She tilts it side to side in a slow, deliberate motion, almost inhuman in its precision. Fortunately, she appears to leave towards the end of the video. However, the homeowner likely got quite a shock when they reviewed the footage the next day.
She didn't technically do anything wrong. All she was doing was just staring at the camera. It just feels like a really weird thing for someone to do. Definitely bizarre, don't really know what she's on about.
In this spine-chilling TikTok video shared by user Fitrisayang_17, we are taken inside a hospital where a nurse experiences a terrifying sight. The footage shows the nurse standing in a hospital room, visibly stunned as she stares at what appears to be the dark, ghostly figure of a small boy standing near a patient's bed. What makes this encounter even more unsettling is the way the patient's family enters the room. They seem to pass right by the ghostly child, completely oblivious to its presence.
This is actually pretty wild. I guess we're looking into somebody's hospital room, and you can clearly see nurses going in and out, and they are all quite literally walking through this figure of a little boy. I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning, I literally thought he was one of the family members just watching over the patient. I feel like hospitals are a place where there's probably gonna be some paranormal activity, but it is still spooky nonetheless.
The figure remains motionless, seemingly unnoticed by everyone except for the nurse, who appeared to be clearly shaken by the sight. Although there's limited information about the video, its original description is written in Indonesian, suggesting it was likely filmed in an Indonesian hospital. Beyond that, there's little additional context, making it difficult to fully analyze.
So they're saying that the nurse looked like she saw the kid and then ran out super freaked out, which obviously I don't blame her. I feel like I'd also be freaked out, but it just makes me wonder, why can she see the spirit but no one else can? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's super random. Who knows? Maybe the nurse is like a psychic or something.
The Sussex County Asylum, an abandoned psychiatric hospital with a dark past, has long been regarded as one of the most haunted locations in England. Opened in 1859 and shut down in 1995, much of the asylum has been transformed into residential housing. However, one decaying wing remains untouched, left in a state of eerie disrepair, a place where spirits may still linger.
My question about all these abandoned hospitals and asylums is, why don't we just tear them down? If they're completely abandoned and unusable and also filled to the brim with negative energy and paranormal activity, why don't we just level the whole damn thing and build something new and beautiful on top of it? I know that's not gonna guarantee that the paranormal activity will go away. I feel like just leaving the building there rotting is only feeding into that paranormal energy.
The Ghost Theory team embarks on a chilling investigation determined to uncover the mysteries hidden within the asylum's crumbling halls. With reports of shadow figures, unexplained noises, and an overwhelming sense of dread, many paranormal investigators have fled this location in fear. But Ghost Theory refuses to turn back. What they encounter inside is beyond anything they expected.
Let's go, please.
From the moment the team steps inside, they are struck by a thick, suffocating tension.
A lot of the times when you walk into these places, you feel this like super thick tension. It almost makes you feel like you're underwater. It is such a heavy and sad feeling.
This has got such a horrible feel to it. Like, it's one of the worst. Genuinely one of the worst feelings I've ever had. Like, do you feel like you're holding your breath?
Yes. And I feel like almost like somebody's not looking at us, but...
A creeping sensation washes over them, as if they are being watched. The further they venture into the asylum, the stronger this feeling grows, leaving them on edge before they've even begun their paranormal search.
These guys haven't even started the paranormal investigation, and they're already starting to get concerned and freaked out. That's how you know you're dealing with some scary stuff.
As the team navigates the dark corridors, faint whispers and knocking sounds echo in the distance.
I don't like this. That was a massive bang right next to me. I'm not even joking.
Okay, but the thing about these like sounds and bangs is that this is an abandoned asylum. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of rats and raccoons and little critters running around making all of these sounds. Not to say I wouldn't get scared, because I definitely would. In that situation, the first thing you're gonna think of isn't gonna be a rat. You're gonna think it's a freaking demon doing that.
Like, just there, stairs. Dude. Whistle. I need a moment to breathe.
When they call out to any spirits that might be present, something appears to respond, suggesting they are not alone in the asylum.
Hello? What was that? That's talking. You're not going to hear it on camera. I swear I'm going mad. I must be going insane.
I personally didn't hear a voice. Let me know if you guys did. All I'm really hearing is a bunch of shuffling, which again, I can't like safely say that's a ghost because I don't really know. It could be an animal.
The investigation takes a disturbing turn when they stumble upon a room littered with the bodies of dead birds.
This is disgusting. The floor's just like made of pigeons.
It's just dead pigeon everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay, that's actually really sad. I bet you a bunch of these pigeons just like try to fly in there for warmth or shelter and then just end up getting stuck or not knowing how to leave, because they're saying the floor is littered with pigeons. That's actually really horrible. Oh my god.
The stench of decay is overwhelming, and the birds seem to have been pushed into piles in the corners, as if something or someone placed them there.
I can't explain how I feel. Look. There's piles of dead birds.
The team is left wondering if the asylum's energy is affecting the wildlife, or is something darker responsible for these unsettling remains.
Piles and piles of just dead birds swept up into the corners of the room where people have opened all the doors.
Okay, that is so gross. I mean, it's blurred out, but you can tell by the pile that it's a ton of birds. I mean, considering this is like a super well-known haunted location, I bet you so many people are coming through this place. So I think it's safe to say that like whoever came through might have just like swept them to the side so they wouldn't be stepping all over them. God, that is just horrible.
As they press forward, glass suddenly shatters in another room, followed by a series of loud knocks and an eerie growl.
That was glass.
Yeah, I keep hearing glass. See, that was loud, but no one's going to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely heard that one. That one is undeniable. It literally sounds like someone is moving furniture near them, and they're supposed to be alone.
One investigator claims to hear a distant choir singing, a chilling reminder of the asylum's past when religious services were held for patients.
It's weird because from where I was stood, it's literally sounded like, you can say I'm insane here, but it sounded like a choir starting to sing, like a priest, like...
Did you have a room hit once?
Yeah.
No, seriously, because there were two massive bands. Well, not massive, but...
Could this be a residual haunting, a spirit reliving its past, or something trying to make its presence known?
It's very interesting. It's not like definitive evidence for anything, but they're interesting noises.
Near the end of the investigation, the team's K2 meter begins to spike uncontrollably.
Again, it's almost like there's still nothing particularly definitive, but very interesting at the same time.
Literally, as they were saying they don't have definitive evidence, the meter starts flashing like crazy. Clearly, the spirits are listening to them.
That's a weird signal too. It's very strong.
As they stand in shock, footsteps echo behind them, yet no one is there.
Oh, hello? That was 100% in this room.
Just saying.
Hang on. Hello?
They attempt to make contact, but whatever presence lingers in the asylum seems more interested in terrifying them than communicating. After hours of intense investigation, the team's experiences suggest something eerie still resides within the abandoned asylum. With dead birds, disembodied voices, and unshakable feelings of dread, the evidence points to an unsettling force lingering in the shadows.
Regardless of them not having black and white evidence, I feel like enough small but bizarre things happened where you can definitely come to a conclusion that this place has something eerie going on there. Whether it's paranormal activity or just a bunch of negative energy trapped in there, something is definitely going on in there. But alright, you guys, we finally made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Definitely let me know in the comments which one of these clips scared you the most. I gotta say, the one security camera where the woman literally walked right up to it and just stared and smiled, as ridiculous as that looked, it is also very creepy. And if I saw that on my security camera, I would be so freaked out. Anyway, you guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.